Hello guys, Michaela here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another speed build. Today we are building a small cottage in the world of Henford-on-Bagley. Sorry, I'm still a little bit not sick anymore, but my voice is still a little bit rusty, so I'm sorry if I sound still a little bit weird. So we are building a small cottage. It's actually, I think, a tier 3 tiny home, but I could be wrong because I tend to mix up which one is tier 3 and which one is tier 1. But it's a small home residential, I think, so it's the biggest of the small homes. It's built on a 30 by 20. That's the Cordella's Secret Cottage, I think it's called, and it comes in at 30,600 simoleons, 700 simoleons, sorry. So it's not very expensive, I think. I mean, obviously it's not a starter for 20k, but it's not a very expensive home either. I had an inspiration picture for this house, but unfortunately, as always, I forgot to save it because I was working off the photo on Pinterest and I forgot to save it. I'll try to be better about that, I'm sorry. I really like the way it turned out, although the light in the world of Henford-on-Bagley made it really hard to navigate the colors, even though the lighting is a little bit better in autumn than in let's say summer, but still it's pretty annoying, the lighting. I would be very glad if the Sims team fixed it. What I forgot to say, that this is actually a restricted pack build, because I only used the base game, Cottage Living, Cats and Dogs, and Parenthood. So it's only 2 expansion packs and 1 game pack, which I'm really happy about. I like to do them from time to time because they help me kind of experiment a little bit more with the stuff that we got in different packs. Now, I've been struggling a little bit lately with, surprisingly, interiors, which were usually my favorite kind of style, because I don't know why. I just am struggling with them a little bit. But I really like the way this one turned out. I'm working on a very big build for next week's speed build, because that's part of the Sweater Weather collab that me and other 15 simmers are doing together, that we announced last week. And I'm working on the 64 by 64 in Brinton Bay. And let me tell you, it reminded me why I never do builds like this, because it's, yeah, I like the exterior. I'm not very happy about the interior right now, but I'm still working on it because it's, as I said, it's huge. It's a lot of landscaping. It's a very big house, so a lot of furnishing as well. So it's taking me forever. And with everything I need to do for uni, I don't have that much time to build anymore because commute and stuff. And yeah. About the build, I initially wanted to use this like soft blue color for the windows, but I changed my mind later on because it worked nicely on the exterior, but the interior was a little tricky to pick colors for, because I really wanted to make it autumnal looking. So a lot of warm woods and autumnal colors like yellow, purple, red, and stuff like that. And it just felt really weird to have the blue with it. Although I would love to use the blue in some of my cottages in the future, because it's a very cute color, and I would love to use it for like maybe spring color for cottage. Maybe you can expect a cottage with blue windows in the spring for like a lot of color. I also added a lot of pond here on the side of the house because I needed to fill the lot. I wanted to use a 20 by 15, which would have been ideal for the size of the house, but obviously there's only one of those in this world, and that is unfortunately in the town city area, and I didn't really like that surrounding for the house I was going for. But I really like how the landscaping turned out, because it's really lush and nice, and I really like the way it looks in autumn or fall, whatever you like, whatever you prefer. Especially the trees look so good in this season. They look so colorful and nice, but I wanted to keep the landscaping kind of cottagey, so I did a lot of only like around the house and some bits and bobs around the lot, but it's not like super cared for. I think is the word that I'm looking for. So it's kind of wild and all over the place, but I think that's what makes it look really cool. And as I said, the trees just add a whole another dimension to anything you build in autumn, because it just looks so good. You know, I also use these stones. I rarely ever use them, but I think I should use them a lot more because they look so good, especially in houses like this, and they make the entry very, very nice. I did the terrain paint off camera because it usually takes me quite a while to figure out what I want to use and where, so I did a lot of the I just said the word and now I forgot what I wanted to say. I used a lot of the whatever, the painting of the lot usually takes me a long time. I also added a little bit of patches of trees. I also added some rabbits around a lot and some small base game planters. I also added the chicken coop because I thought it would be cute for this house to have chickens, and I also added some rabbits so they are around. Now we're moving on to the interior. As I said, I was really struggling with the picking the wallpaper because of the windows, which, as I said, I later on changed to more neutral wood swatch because I just felt like the blue one is not entirely fitting to what I was going for. The house has a very small bathroom. There is on the left side, or the only room that is separated, is the bedroom, which can sleep 2 Sims, and there is this main space is a kitchen, a dining space, and a living room. And there is also a kind of like an attic area, which is an office and like a reading station. So your Sims can work from the computer up there, and they can also sit in a chair and read. And I think that's my favorite part of the house because it looks really cozy. Sorry about my English. It looks really cozy, and it's so cute and nice. I initially wanted to place the table right here, but when I finished with the living room, I realized I have quite a lot of space in a different part of the room, so I decided to scrap that idea and do it differently. Now I'm changing the color of the windows, as I already said. I feel like it looks a lot more cozy with these with windows because they just make it look a little bit better. I use a lot of stuff from Cottage Living because I haven't really built anything with only just that pack. I built the, what was it called? Family Cottage a couple of weeks ago, and I really like that, but I used all of the packs, so I kind of mix and match everything. So it was nice to only use some of the packs to do this house because I could, really see what the pack came with. Because I chose a very colorful wallpaper, I did not really want to go with a lot of patterns on the couch and on the stuff in the room. So I later on changed the swatch of the chair to a different one. I initially wanted to use this cute rug, but it felt like too much with the colors on the wall or with the pattern on the wall. So I used I think it's Base Game, this one, or maybe from Parenthood, I'm not really sure. Now we're working on sort of like an entrance area. I put a standing mirror, I put a bench that I think should be functional. I haven't tested it, but I've done stuff like that before and they usually are functional. So I think it should be functional for your Sims to sit on. I wanted to make it like a very cozy place that your Sims can, sit down, put on your boots, put on their boots, sorry, put on their boots and just have fun. I also added, I initially wanted to put a console table, then I put this, but I think I get rid of it and end up with, nothing. I placed stuff for a cat actually. So your Sims can live here with a cat because I felt like it was perfect. You know, you have like a tiny farm, you have your chickens, you have your rabbits around the house, and then you know you can have a cat or a dog if you want to. Obviously you can have a small dog here. And I also did like a art station here. I later on changed the table, art table that I placed for a bin because I realized I forgot to place a bin. And I also placed the, I'm not sure what it's called. I think it's the new skill from Cottage living, but embroidery, is it? I think something like that. So I placed that basket for that in there as well. Now we are working on the small tiny dining area, and I used chairs from, I think, Cats and Dogs, because I felt like they really fit nicely with the wood color. And I also placed a little bookcase here as well. And now we are moving on to the bathroom. It's fairly simple, nothing too crazy because it's obviously fairly small. And yeah, just some decorations and things to fill up the space a little bit more, because I really enjoy doing small spaces because they feel fuller and just overall nicely. Now we have moved on to the bedroom. It's a very tiny bedroom, but you can fit 2 Sims in here. I used these boxes which have some kind of bird on them because I felt like it's nice because, you know, it's a farm, so they have maybe like boxes from selling stuff, and I felt like it's perfect for this. I also used this Parenthood wardrobe, is it? Maybe dresser, that's the right word, here, because, you know, I don't have a lot of space and this one is quite small, so I also shoved it into a wall a little bit to make sure that your Sims could get around the bed as well. I used the tool mod to make this rug a little bit smaller so there would be space on each side of it, and also because there is like a hole around this room, I had a little bit of a difficult time placing these lights, but I think it I played again with the tool and I think they turned out pretty nice. What I was really excited about when I was doing this was that the books that you have from base game, like the 2 books on each other, they got new swatches, and I was really excited about that because I love using them in my builds, and it was just perfect and I was really happy about it. So yeah, and now we're working on the little office. I had a tutorial for this particular office table on my Instagram if you want to see how I did it, because I mean you can see it here, but still. I also used, I think the typewriter, it could be called, from Cottage Living. I cluttered up these shelves from Cats and Dogs, and I also cluttered up the desk. As I said, this is probably my favorite part of the house because it's so cozy and cute. And I also added a couple of bookcases and a chair here so the Sims could read and sit down. So we are at the end of today's speed build. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to download this build, you can grab it on the gallery or grab the tray files in the description box below. My gallery ID is michaelasimsyt. And yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It would really mean a lot to me, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!